Today's Beyond the Gates daily recap is for March the 7th, Friday, March the 7th, 2025. You know what? To me, it was kind of slow there for a minute. And then the end kind of gave us a little twist, y'all. Okay, so what happened is, of course, Kat is busted Eva, and Eva made sure she shut that screen down real quick because she goes, "Wait a minute, Kat, let me just close what I'm doing right now." Because Kat started walking over to her. She goes, "What are you doing on that computer?" She goes, "Let me just close what I'm doing so we could talk." And Kat kind of rushed over, but Eva had closed it down. She goes, "See, now I know you up to something. I know you're up to something because you would not have closed the screen. You wouldn't have been embarrassed to show what you were looking at." And so she goes, "I work for your mother, and this is sensitive information." She goes, "You are my mother's personal assistant. Why are you here on a hospital computer? See, looking into all other things." And so Eva said, "I'm doing my job. Your mother made sure I had access. She's got a big benefit coming up. She needs things finalized. That's what I'm doing." She goes, "All the arrangements have been made." She says, "Not all of them." And so Kat just looked. She goes, Kat, give me a break." And Kat's like, "You know what? No, my mama, I'm going to call her and see. Did she authorize you to be here now on her hospital computer?" Well, Nicole didn't answer. Kat said, "That's because she's still doing her rounds with her patients. Kat, just let it go." And she goes, "No, you know what? My mother is done now. I'm going to go find her and then we'll see." And so Kat says, "And I'll be here when you get back." Right? So she finds Nicole and she tells her, "See, yet again, she's on your work computer looking at things. And when I walked over, she cleared the screen quickly. She's up to something, Mom." And she goes, "You know what? You are going overboard." So she pretty much did the same thing. Dismissed her, told her she hired her. And then she finally said, "Eva comes highly recommended by Mona, and I respect Mona." Right? So she brushed off her daughter. Now, Ted walks in. They make Ted too, yeah, I want to say too friendly, if I could say that. No, no, he's not hitting on Eva, but he's being like he says, "Make yourself at home." How you gonna make yourself at home? She at work. As a matter of fact, she in the hospital. And then he had told her, "When you go back to the house, when you're working at the house, make yourself at home." No, don't make yourself at home. You come into work. I better only find you in the common areas that Mona has laid out that you could be in. You don't make yourself at home. You're working. You're making my wife's life so much easier. So I thank you. And if you need anything, you let me know. And then she made some kind of statement about, you know, "Why are you being so nice to me? You don't have to be, you know." He goes, "Because you are making my wife's life easier. So I'm going to be nice to you. And if you need anything," he goes, "my daughter, ignore her. We will talk to her. We have talked to her. Kat sometimes can be entitled, but, just continue to do a great job." And so she was looking at him like, he is actually a nice guy. But then, so she's getting ready to leave. because she was saying something about what she told Kat. No, he was saying, no, we're going to talk to her because you don't work for her. And so not Kat, Nicole came in. She goes, and I just reminded my daughter of that Eva, you work for me. You're doing a good job, but yet no one is questioning why is she still there? Because actually, I think her work was supposed to have been done, right? And so she says, so and Kat does not work for me. Kat works for her father. So you just do the job that I set out for you, and everything will be okay. And she's like, thank you both, blah, blah, blah. She gets her coat and she leaves. But of course, crazy Leslie's at the hospital. She's come up there. So Eva is standing in front of the elevator and Leslie stands beside her. She goes, what are you doing here? And she says, after that video you sent me, oh, she goes, I sent it to you for you to see, not for you to come up and blow up my spot. She goes, if they see us together, she goes, you can mess up everything. She goes, oh, don't worry. I'm not going to mess up everything. I know exactly what I'm doing here. So the elevator comes. Eva walks in. Leslie stays out. And Eva just looks at her and the door closes, right? So Nicole and Ted are talking in her office. And all of a sudden, nurse runs in. Dr. Dr. Richardson, Dr. Richardson, Dr. Richardson, Nicole, Dr. Nicole, that there's a woman. She's on the roof. She's threatening to jump off. And she asked for you by name. And she said nobody else could come. And so she goes, well, let me get my, her little notebook, and she's going to run out. And Ted says, wait, hold up. At least take an orderly with you. You don't just go up there by yourself. You don't know what you're walking into. And she says, look, I'm a professional. I know what to do in these situations. I know how to talk her down. So Nicole gets up there on the roof, and there Leslie is acting like she on the edge, gonna jump off. And Nicole says, and she gave a fake name. It begins with an S, but I didn't write it down. And so she says her name. Let's just say she says Sabrina. Sabrina, I hear you asked for me. And so Leslie turns around and looks at her in her face. I don't think Nicole knows her. I don't think she knows her, Dana. Because remember, her real name is Dana. I don't think so. But the scene ended with Leslie turning around and Nicole, looking at Nicole in her face. I did see scenes for next week. It said, at the end, it's Ted that knows that's Dana. See, that's why you all are right in comment corner. That's why she's saying, had Eva say Leslie. So no one could know that connection, that her surrogate mother's name is Leslie. So she's on like a hospital gurney, sitting up, and he goes, if you ever come near my wife again, and she's all looking crazy, leaning up like, or what? Mm-hmm. See, you know why he left her 20 years ago, 21, 22, 4, however many years ago that was, probably 25 or 6 years ago. She was that crazy then. Okay. So he knows her, but if he has never laid eyes on the baby, he would not know that that's Eva. He just wouldn't, right? So that's getting ready to get good. That's getting ready to get really, really good. So now we have Danny. Oh, she living her best life. Oh, she's got, revelation. She went shopping, bought a bunch of new clothes. She's all happy. And her realtor friend, Vanessa, she was telling Vanessa, yes, this is her new life is starting now. She called the family together so that she could tell them her new plans and blah blah blah. And so her friend was happy for her. So she's at the bar talking to her friends while the family's already gathering, saying, "Where's Danny? She called this meeting." Her father said, "Well, she ain't late yet." So I guess everybody started getting there early. Danny walks in and said, "The reason why I, wanted to talk to you is I wanted to, for one, apologize for, you know, the embarrassment I put on this family. And I could not just handle my husband marrying Haley." And so she says, but after me talking to Haley today, and they said, "Ooh, what?" He says, "No, I didn't do anything. I got it off my chest. And as I was talking to her, I realized, you know what? It's over. Bill is married to her. She is his wife. I'm going to move on with my life. And I've got a lot I can do." Oh, she now, it's the positive energy and everybody's trying to cheer. "Good, mom, good. We're behind you. When you put your mind to something." And she goes, "It's like the first time I went strutting on the runway, she fell." And she said, "But I got up and I strutted again." So her mother said, "Go on and strut, girl." Because she goes, "Vernon, put some music on." So he took his iPhone and he put some music on. And she said, "Go ahead and strut your stuff, Danny." So Danny is strutting in the living room, with a little model walk, which wasn't that good because, she said, "Well, I'm rusty." And I'm thinking, "Yep, you are." So then she told Chelsea, "Come on, Chelsea, come on and strut." So Chelsea gets up and she struts in the living room, back and then forth. And then "Come on, mama." So Anita gets up and I don't know what Anita was doing, but she was doing her version of a strut. And then, because music is playing, and then Vernon stands up and he starts dancing with Anita. And they're like, "Oh, go mama, go mama," and daddy, they, whatever. They have this great little happy family moment. And then we go to a scene to where something else is happening, but I'm going to talk about Doug, who's up there with the owner of the illegal gambling ring. And he has Doug meet him in his car. And Doug was nervous, but then the guy said, "Look, I know all the players and I know how much everybody owes me." And he lifted up his iPhone. He says, "And you owe me this." And Doug looked at the amount and he goes, "That's the amount I owe you to the penny. Do you know everybody's figures like that?" He goes, "I make it my business to." He says, "But I also do my background and there, you and we're gonna do good things together. You and we're going to be, like partners." He didn't say partners like partners in the business, but he said it's something else, and I can't remember the word. But he's like, what? We're going to work together. He says, "As a matter of fact, that debt, I've paid it off." And he goes, You did what?" It's wiped clean. Now, he owns the operation. So when he said, "Your debt, I paid it off," everybody, did he really pay it off? Did he really? No. He just said, erase the guy's debt. And not really erase it. It's not in the break his kneecap column, right? It's in the let it ride column. And he goes, "As a matter of fact, this is for you." So he hands Ted an envelope full of money. And Ted looked at that money, the envelope, and he goes, For me, he goes, "This is for you." This is what I do for people that, I want to invest in. I see a future in our relationship. Yeah, I'm doing this for you. You'll be able to do something for me later. And I'm thinking, oh, because somebody with your skill set. And all Doug is, I got a handful of money, and look, this envelope is already starting to burn a hole in my hand. So the owner, I think his name is Tony, said, so now you know what? This is the start of a great relationship here. You go and enjoy yourself. And Doug gets out of that car like, woo. He goes, my friend, whatever his friend's name was, he made me think this conversation with you, me getting in your car, was going to go really quite differently than it has. You're really a nice guy. Do you think he got where he's at today with that owning that illegal gambling setup by being a nice guy? You're stupider than you look, Doug. You're stupider than you look. So Doug gets out the car and his friend gets in. And he says, you gave Doug some money, didn't you? And he looked at him. He said, I could tell by the look on his face that he had some money in his hands. He goes, you do know that money is going to be gone by tonight, right? And Tony looks at him. He said, it's an investment. He says, I have plans for him. He says, and from this day forward, you and him are not longtime friends. He's a mark. And I'm getting ready to use him. So his friend's just sitting in the car like, oh, shoot. Doggone it, he's getting himself in trouble. You know what? He warned his friend. See, there you go. And his friend's going to go out. Dougie Doug is going to blow all that money in that envelope. So now that envelope could have had, let's say, 70,000. Perhaps Doug owed him $200,000. And by Tony saying, I've wiped off your debt, Doug is thinking that's gone. But Doug is stupid enough not to know that the guy is adding that 70,000, if it was 70, to the old amount. That's going to get to 500,000 real quick. Real quick, right? So that's the other thing that happened. And actually, I think and what they showed at the end as Haley. Oh, no, I didn't get all into that. So everybody's having fun and laughing. And what's her name? Jacob, the detective, Vanessa's husband. Not Vanessa, Naomi's husband, Jacob. He walks in. Now he had called her and had this strange conversation. Just remember how much I love you. No matter what happens, you mean the world to me. And she's like, well, I love you too, baby. I know. I'm thinking, oh. When he had that conversation, I said, something's up. Something's up. So he comes in and Vernon says, Jacob, because you can see the look on his face. You here? Is this a social call? And so Naomi says, Daddy, he's family. No, it's not no social call. This is personal. This is family. He's here, it's family. Aren't you, baby? Aren't you, honey? And he doesn't even look at Naomi. He looks past Naomi straight to Danny because she's in front across the room. And he said, Danny Dupree, because I think she's gone back to Dupree. Danny, but I don't know if he called her Dupree. He may have said Hamilton, but she's going as Danny Dupree now. Danny Dupree, I'm here to arrest you for the attempted murder of Bill and Haley Hamilton. And she was just smiling when he walked in and everybody's talking. And then when he said that, her smile went to a like, wait, what? But she was making a joke actually earlier to I think her friend that saw her, the realtor chick, saying, look, so what, there's a bullet hole in the ceiling of the club and the flower arrangement. So I guess it wasn't blanks. It was live bullets. She goes, but new life. She felt she could get away with just anything, but I guess that's what's happened in that family all their life. It's kind of like the Newmans on The Young and the Restless, right? No matter what you do, it gets white swept under a rug. So she looked at him crazy, like, wait, what? And her father was like, and poor Naomi, she's like, you you seriously arrested my mama? So that's going to be good Monday. Is that part? They're going to have to take her down and book her, but it showed Bill at the same little bar that they always show. And he has his drink. He had called Haley for her to come join him. And I guess she said, oh, she said she was in the steam or the sauna. And he told her, no, baby, no, no. You know what? This was last minute. Enjoy your steam. So he's sitting there drinking his scotch, whiskey, whatever it was, bourbon, red, this brown liquor, and just looking like, yeah, she getting arrested right now. I know it. And she was getting arrested right then. So see, he wasn't going to let that go. And you know what, everybody? I don't know that he should have let it go. The woman came into, see, you came into my private office, took the golf club, you did what you did, whatever. But now you took this to the level of a country club, a public place full of people in the community. Everybody was there. And you took out a gun and you shot it. It went off twice. I honestly believe Bill, I don't like him. There's going to be a whole lot to come with Bill in this soap. Good. But in this case, Danny, to me, should not have gotten away with that. Nor should she ever feel free to come to their house again. Ever. See, there's consequences for your actions. Now, Bill's getting consequences for his actions. I'm not excusing him. I don't like him. I know too many Bills, personalities like that. But the extremes that Danny has gone through, whenever you fire a firearm in public with a room full of people, that bullet could have ricocheted. Anybody could have got shot. Anybody. So there's consequences for that. But anyway, everybody, I have the video of when Danny's getting arrested. Let's play that video footage. There he comes in. You knew something was up. And his wife, hey, baby, no, baby, he family, daddy, he family. And so Anita's saying something, and Danny's like, yep, I'm a fool, turning over a new leaf. Yep, there we go. And that's what he said. Is this a social call? And she go, Daddy, it's family. It's family. And there we go. Danny Dupree, he said. You look at that face changing. You are under arrest for the attempted murder of Bill and Haley Hamilton. And his daughter's looking like, what? And the father's like, how dare them? What? How dare him come? There's Bill with that drink. He's like, yeah, she's getting arrested right now. So that was the scene. I wanted to play that quick little scene. And that's it, everybody. Let's go to Comment Corner, Comment Corner. I am going to turn on my trusty dusty, because now we're starting to get quite a bit of comments in Comment Corner. So here we go. Wendy says, motorcycle mama is dangerous. Kat is right. Her parents are in danger. Bill knows how to give a gift, love, the unlimited black card, but somehow I feel it's a trap to gather control over Haley. Absolutely, it is. While he does whatever he wants, cheating anyone. Yeah, he is. Please. Danny can't uh be that in love with Bill because she's enjoying the comforts of a young man. Martin is too disrespectful, and he may be cheating on Smitty. He's already feeling himself. Smitty looks super angry, yet too scared to stand up to him. He might stab a Dupree in the back anyway. He can watch out. I don't know. Marty, I think Smitty's gonna find out the truth and end up having the dime on his own husband, especially if they're already separated, right? He'll get to the bottom of whatever Martin did. Sewing Room says my favorite character so far are Danny and Leslie, aka Dana. They are both crazy. Thelma and Louise crazy. And I'm along for the ride. All right. Sewing Room says, I do not like Martin. Smitty is a grown man. Do you, Smitty? Kimberly says, who is Kat working for? Because she looks suspicious. Well, Kat is working for her daddy. They said that, today her mother was saying, you work for your father. You don't work for me. And then Kimberly says, that mother is dangerous. Just Kay said, I wasn't surprised Bill told Haley not to work. I thought it would happen a few weeks later, not day one. I wish Danny told Haley that being Bill's wife is a difficult job. You think you have Prince Charming, but you have someone who will clip away your soul. Let me see. I hope Smitty doesn't sleep in the same bed as Martin. Not cook for him, not clean, or do Martin's laundry. And I would look for work too. I sure would. I wouldn't stay in that house. But Martin, he's an emotional, abusive control freak. Chelsea, I think, could be doing drugs because when she came back to the table with that guy, she put her hand on her nose. Uh-oh, I hope not. I hope not. Someone who is doing drugs, like someone who's doing drugs. Am I overthinking this? I don't know. I didn't check it out enough. You might be right. You might be. I don't know. I do not know. DL says, oh, the seeds are being planted perfectly here. Mark my words, fam. Haley is going to become our lead heroine soon. Uh-oh. I also see Chelsea heading into a very dark storyline. Me too. Because like she met, who did Chelsea meet on the rooftop? She met Kat, was it? And she was saying Kat told Chelsea her father would bring her up there and show her the world. And she goes, girl, you looking like whatever she said, you just got out the bed. She goes, you know me. She goes, I was having fun. And yes, it was a couple. And I thought, uh-oh, danger. I see trouble. Just Kay says, yep, I think Chelsea is doing drugs with that guy she was with when she came out and put her hand on her nose. I didn't even notice that. Like someone just did drugs. We shall see. And then Denzel said, at this point, Martin and Smitty's relationship is over. At this point, Martin is being a straight hypocrite to his own husband, and that Smitty all wanted to go back as a reporter, but Martin just wants Smitty to be a house husband, and that ain't cool at all, period. I can definitely see this marriage for both Martin and Smitty doesn't last forever. Oh no, it sure won't. I'm at the Los Angeles Laker game versus the Knicks game in California. Gotta go. Oh, have fun, Denzel. Have some fun. Great review, Daily Recap Lady. Jador says, Martin is an undercover villain to me. I've noticed it since episode 2. with how he was talking to Vernon and his facial expressions. But he feels, I think he thinks he's got his grandfather snowed. There's a dark undercurrent to him. Yes, it is. So I can believe he killed someone in the past. Just Kay says, I noticed that about Martin in episode 2, but I definitely didn't like him in episode 3, the way he was talking to Smitty. So I definitely don't like his butt. I feel this marriage is of emotional abuse has been going on for a while. If I was Smitty, I wouldn't sleep in the same bed with Martin, and sure as heck wouldn't cook for him, clean for him. Bump that. I want Smitty to go to Nicole about it. I feel it would backfire, and maybe Martin would be physically violent um, since he has before. You know what? If I was Smitty, I wouldn't go to anybody in that family. Because first thing Nicole said when he said he wanted, even though she encouraged him to follow his dreams, she goes, have you talked to Martin about it? What does Martin have to say? Girl, please. Sewing Room says to Jess K, you are spot on. All right, everybody, that's Comment Corner. Comment Corner, thank you so much for those comments. I will be back on Monday with another daily recap of Beyond the Gates. It's still really good to me. I'm liking it. I'm liking it, everybody. But let's see where they're going with this. Let's see. I'll see you Monday.